If you found a new painting of Turner, a new fragment of Sappho, or a draft by Jane Austen, the way we encounter their art might forever be changed by this new work. The new artwork would alter what we know about the author and their creative development. Yet new lines of literature lie in almost every major archive, within water damage and the scars of a manuscript's history. Behind erasures and ink blots that obscure literary text exist lost lines of literature hiding in view. Recovering and interpreting these lost texts is the aim of an international project I lead, which is developing new digital techniques for the study of literary texts. We do this through customizing and adapting a technology known as multispectral imaging. Through multispectral imaging, we can digitally capture a manuscript as it appears well beyond the limits of the human eye, from ultraviolet to near-infrared and the visible spectrum in between. We can then combine and statistically reorganize these illuminations in structures known as data cubes. Data cubes allow us to analyze each single pixel of a manuscript in relation to how it changes through the imaged wavelengths. The sophistication of analysis this enables represents an emerging field for literature and the humanities. As the name data cubes implies, the method quite literally opens up another dimension of possibilities. The potential of multispectral imaging for modern literature excited me when I began general editing the complete works of Tennyson for Oxford University Press. My work on Tennyson's manuscripts gave rise to this collaboration with my co-investigator Andrew Beebe at the University of Durham. Our project Recovery of Literary Manuscripts is a collaborative effort that brings together scholars from across STEM and the arts and humanities. As part of this work, we've published findings on Tennyson, but we've also turned to other modern authors, most recently the Shelley Circle. I'm here now with Percy Shelley's famous drowned notebook, reportedly shipwrecked with him on his last voyage. It contains a draft of Shelley's Adonais, his elegy for the poet John Keats. Within this notebook is also a version of Shelley's Defence of Poetry, one of the most significant poetic manifestos in English, in which Shelley declares that poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. Substantial text in this notebook has been lost through water damage and the passage of time. Shelley's manuscripts are vital resources because a great deal of his verse was unpublished in his lifetime and comes to us through these fragile volumes. Through our imaging of these manuscripts, we're working to enhance the remnants of ink on the page, pulling back parts of Shelley's words from the white radiance of eternity, to quote Adonais. We also have here one of Shelley's other working notebooks. Using multispectral processing, we can effectively wind back the clock on these layers of writing, taking us back through the stages of composition and producing a version of the material text that we can now read only in the digital sphere. We can read a previous stanza written in pencil, for instance, that has been overwritten by a new stanza in ink. That layer of ink has created ongoing challenges for those who've tried to decipher the text underneath over 2 centuries. At this advancing frontier of literary studies, we can aim to read manuscripts in the states not only as they survive today, but closer to how they were first written. This matters because the printed volumes of literature that we read are only a fraction of the full literary activity at work in any moment. For reasons ranging from power to historical fashions, much literature never makes it to print in an author's lifetime. And so to understand not only the making of literary works, but also the processes by which literature evolves over time, we need to reach also beneath the surface to the manuscripts where literary works are made. Reading this recovered text helps us to illuminate the creative process behind works of art, and also to restore valuable parts of the world's cultural heritage.